When a man has pity on all living creatures, then only is he noble. This quote from the Buddha can also be applied to compassion, with the idea that compassion for all living creatures fosters emotional intelligence and growth. I'm Asha, and based on the theme of this week, I'm going to be talking about why it's so important to treat animals with compassion. First of all, what is animal welfare? Animal welfare covers everything involved in the well-being of animals, such as the prevention of illness and injury and protection from cruelty. The 5 freedoms are often used to explain animal welfare. Freedom from thirst and hunger, freedom from discomfort, freedom from pain, injury, and disease, freedom to express normal behavior, and freedom from fear and distress. By making sure that animals are in situations that fulfill these 5 freedoms, we can achieve the ultimate goal of making the other creatures on this planet happy. The real question is, why is this so important? Why should we be thinking about animals before people? People aren't the only species on Earth. However, we are the ones who are in charge of the distribution of resources like food and land. Therefore, we have the responsibility to take care of the living beings that don't have the same options that we do, like stray animals. This is especially important when it comes to animals that we've taken responsibility for, like pets or livestock. When someone decides that they want to adopt a pet, that involves taking full accountability for their health and emotional well-being. So where does compassion come into this, and why is it so important? Making compassion a part of animal welfare education, especially for young people, instead of only focusing on solving problems in a logical way, prevent future instances of animal cruelty because we see firsthand that animals experience emotions, like pain, but also like love and care. In other words, looking at animal welfare with compassion can help benefit the movement as a whole because it creates an emotional connection between people and animals that is both a source of motivation for continued advocacy and when it comes to in-person interaction, can just make animals feel more comfortable and safe. Also, incorporating compassion into animal welfare can teach compassion for all living beings, human and animal alike. So the idea of compassion for animals can have a much further reach than just this one issue. Since valuing compassion is one of Woodstock's guiding principles, let's look at 2 other guiding principles in the context of animal welfare, starting with treading lightly on the earth. The relationship between human beings and nature is a huge part of sustainability, and yet animals often aren't part of this discussion. Animal welfare is intrinsically linked to the balance of the environment, in ways ranging from how wildlife preserve ecosystems to how animals support small rural communities, especially in countries like India. But at Woodstock, we don't just focus on sustainability. I think that the wording of the phrase, treading lightly on the earth, is really important because it extends beyond climate change. It means to leave the smallest impact that we can on our planet, and that includes the species we share with. Well-being is at the core of animal welfare. The goal of the movement, in its simplest form, is to make animals healthy and happy, or advocate for their well-being. Also, working with animals has been proven to help with personal well-being by creating connections and bringing fulfillment. In these ways, the idea of animal welfare aligns directly with the values of the Woodstock community and should be something that we try to apply in our daily lives. So, how exactly can you do this? These are some of the ways that you can contribute to animal welfare. I think that education is one of the most important steps, especially with including compassion. That's why I wanted to end with this quote by Jane Goodall, which I hope you take with you as you go about the rest of your day.